Dr. Kufo, I think that you have had, you've made a pretty solid case. The case is that you believe that doctors are being selectively victimized.
We have stated that publicly.
Exactly, that's basically.
State, yes.
Now, the question will be, well, let's look very critically at this no work, no pay policy. You say you were on strike from the 1st of July till the 25th of August. Is that it? So that's about 2 months.
That is true.
And they held how many months' salary? Was it 1 or 2?
2 months for now, but if you recall, we talked about and we keep May 2012 and 3 days in April 2012 based upon this
I'm trying to get this one straight. You said they didn't pay from the 1st to the 25th of August?
Well, what they did was, they withheld 2 months' salaries.
Yes. Which month and what month?
August and September.
Why August and September? Why not July and August?
Well, we don't know. We don't know. And I must also tell you that when we went to the House of Assembly, the chairman said that, look, we have investigated and we have found the claims of the medical guild to be true. That everybody else has been paid, and that these people worked in September, so pay them their September salaries.
Did you have a problem with the Lagos when you went on strike? Was your grouse with the Lagos state government?
No. This was a national strike, as I said, and it was basically over challenges of clinical governance that the profession was facing at the time.
The doctors in the Lagos state government employment went on strike in solidarity with the counterparts at the national level in the federal government hospitals.
That term is not correct in solidarity. I will tell you why. Because issues that affect doctors at any level will, if it begins at federal, it will always trickle down to the state, and we are very mindful.
The reason why it
was a national directive.
The reason why it's very important to say is because doctors were on strike, but they were not on strike in the private hospitals, were they?
No, I'm not aware of that, no.
Because doctors in the private sector too are also members of NMA, I presume.
That is true.
So if doctors are directed to go on a national strike, it is only doctors working in government hospitals that usually go on these strikes.
Yes, I'll explain that. The objective of strikes, which are themselves an aberration, is not to kill people. So it is necessary for us to understand that not enforcing or not ensuring that people that doctors in private hospitals go on strike is done to ensure that there is at least that level of care that will continue to maintain, to ensure that people who are ill can receive care.
Our correspondents will definitely have a very different picture when they go to the hospitals. When doctors are on strike, they definitely will paint a very different scenario. The question will be, do you think that doctors are like any other profession that can go on strike and people's lives are not directly affected?
Yes, but we have talked about that, and I have said, and we continue to repeat, strikes themselves are an aberration. And strikes that concern doctors are, probably the peak of it. But this is an environment where generally nobody listens to you until you go on strike. So that is how this strikes. That is how these strikes come about. The issues that we went on strike for in this year are some of the issues we have been talking about since 1998, 16 years ago.
We go on strike for 2 months. Dr. Kufo, just a moment. For 2 months, we're away, not at work. And yet, when we come back, we really do expect to get paid.
That is not the issue here.
Just a moment.
That is not the issue.
I will
tell you what the issue is.
Just a moment. I'm asking, is that what we're asking? That we were away for 2 months. And we're asking to get paid. Is that what we're asking for?
And I will, if I can, I will respond. I told you that this policy, I'm not aware, unless of course you're saying that Lagos...
Let's leave the policy out of it. I'm not aware of the policy, and it's not important. I'm just simply asking.
No, I believe it's important.
I'm just saying...
It's important to me, and it's important to all the doctors. Dr. Kufo, that we should be given the same treatment that everybody else is given.
That's what I'm saying. So you're saying that if you know, let's leave other people out of this. If doctors are on strike or any
with
other
all due
profession,
respect, why would we want to leave other people out of it?
I'm saying in very clear terms, you know, that if we have gone on strike, we're not at work, should we expect, whether you're a doctor, whether you're a nurse, whether you're a teacher, is it justifiable that we go on strike and expect to get paid?
It is justifiable if that is what is being applied to everybody. I will not expect, I will not have 2 children or 3 children or 4 children and treat them differently. I would not. And I'm sure nobody here would. Because if anybody here does that, I would tell them straight ahead that that is wrong. No, if I have this number of children, I would want to give them, we keep saying it, I'm a parent as well, we keep saying you treat your children the same way. You don't have one law for this child.
We're really trying to manage time because we will also be hearing from the Lagos State government on this particular matter. Very quickly before we go, and I want you to react to this, recall that some doctors, your own colleagues, were paid the ultimate price when we had Ebola in the country, especially those in the private sector, and we saw what happened to them. For some Lagosians, they say doctors in the public service were checked responsibility all in the name of strike, and since there is an existent rule or law there that says no work, no pay, they shouldn't ask for that particular money. More so, it occurred during a dire situation when the state needed them the most.
But I've tried to set the record of that straight. No, that did not happen. I told you that the Nigerian Medical Association directed, and people followed that directive. There's a way you respond to Ebola. Ebola is not something you throw, because I keep saying it, you know, this is a country where professionals will say this is the way things should be done, and you have people who are not professionals come in and say no, don't do it that way. And I'm saying that
let's close
that
on
was
this.
done.
How would you want this resolved?
The government cannot be practicing apartheid in this day and age. If you have a policy, you cannot have a policy that is applied to one group of people, as you cannot have children whom you treat differently, as I've said. And we have kept insisting. You know, we have said, and we continue to say publicly, that it would appear, we have come to the conclusion that this administration bears the medical guild and the profession considerable ill will. There are so many instances of continuous victimization. They have continued, since 2012, they have been employing doctors as casual workers. These are people with no career path. They can be dismissed at a moment's notice. And in that, there has been an instance where they have gathered a small group of, people who are people of the privilege and given them permanent appointments. Since 2012, there has been no training of. They have stopped the employment of doctors for specialist training in lawsuits. All this, no other. You cannot see any other group that is getting that kind of treatment.
Well, we'll ask them why they have, you said it's an apartheid, they practice.
No, there is no doubt about
that.
I told you
selective treatment amongst,
because it has not been applied before, and it has not been applied since.
We'd like to thank you so very much, Dr. Biyi Kufo. He's the Chairman Medical Guild Lagos. Well, he says, he wants equal treatment across board from the Lagos State government. We'll get to listen to them in a moment. Join us again.
Thank you.